to David, who is celebrating his 60th birthday.
When David was diagnosed with motor neurone disease, we weren't even sure he would make 60, so this was a big celebration for us. And of course the weekend started with a park run. We had nearly 60 vegan runners come to celebrate with us, and it was also my 250th.
Happy birthday to you!
And then in the evening we had a huge party to celebrate. Now it's Sunday, which is David's actual birthday, and he's delighted to find out that the Beyond Meat breakfast bap is back in Starbucks, and then we get on the train to London. And big reveal of where we're staying, the Dorchester. How posh. Only joking, we're staying in the Premier Inn. We like their accessible rooms, nice big bathroom with rails, and room to actually turn the wheelchair around. I had planned a series of surprises for David's birthday, and this was our first destination. We're going over Westminster Bridge here, and he doesn't know where we're going until we pull up to Westminster Abbey for the evensong to hear the choir sing. We're humanists, but we like the building and music. As all Black London cabs take power wheelchairs, we made a quick trip to our next destination, which was the barber shop, to give Dave a hot towel, cutthroat shave and tidy up. He's never had a cutthroat before, so I thought it'd be a nice treat.
Happy birthday to you!
The shop was wheelchair accessible, and Kai the barber helped me get David into the chair.
Happy birthday!
And then proceeded to singe off his ear hair, which I think David quite enjoyed. The weather was decent, but it was pretty foggy. You couldn't even see to the top of the Shard. We were short on time for food, but still managed some treats in Plants by Rosalie. And as a final treat for the evening, I had booked a slot at Cahoots. This is a super fun 1940s bar done up like an old post office. The whole vibe was like a speakeasy, and really immersive. I'd even managed to get David to wear a tie. As a birthday treat, David's brother and his wife had paid for some drinks via airmail.
Oh, yeah. Here it comes.
So your drinks come whizzing through a tube and then you go and collect it in the canister. I had a margarita, and trust me, it was delicious. The whole place was accessible and they took really good care of us. They even gave us some free shots for David's birthday. Definitely recommend a visit, and if you don't fancy the post office, they also have one done out as an underground station. So much attention to detail. There were even some moving carrier pigeons dotted around the place. And I may have had a second margarita. It was really nice to dress up and we had a lot of fun. Next morning, David started with a light breakfast of 2 slices of toast, cereal and fruit, and a full fry-up, plus coffee and juice. And now we're off out again, and our first stop of the day is the Paddington Experience, which was a 2-minute walk from our hotel. This is an immersive experience which starts in a train station, and Paddington has lost his suitcase. The phone kept ringing, so I answered it. But I can't possibly tell you who was on the line. Next we go on a train ride through London, before arriving at Paddington's house, which really does look like the film. There were lots of live actors. Spoiler alert, you do go to Peru. This was fully accessible, and I was allowed to go free as David's carer. We really enjoyed it. And now we're off to Marble Arch. As we pass Big Ben, we notice it's nearly 1 o'clock. It's about an hour's walk to Marble Arch, so we decide to walk through the parks because it's lovely and scenic, and spring is definitely sprung. Last time we were here, we were running down here at the end of the marathon.
Hello, London.
And there's Buckingham Palace. You obviously have to go under the Marble Arch, and then we stopped in Pret for a salad bowl and a matcha. Unfortunately, Dave was a little under the weather over this trip, so we had a quick snooze before our next stop. So here we are at the Frameless Art Exhibition, which was also fully accessible, and I also went in free as David's carer. This was an amazing immersive experience and we absolutely loved it. The artwork was shown in a really creative way, and there was definitely something for everyone. From medieval art right round to more modern stuff. There were 4 different rooms and they do change up the art quite regularly, so we would like to go again. Now we're off to His Majesty's Theatre to see Phantom of the Opera. Even though it was David's birthday, he booked it because he knows how much I love it. David got a hefty discount for being disabled and I went free as his carer. It was all accessible and they really looked after us. And then we enjoyed the walk back to the hotel. Assistance was very smooth on the trains for this trip, which was a big relief. Dave was thoroughly spoiled by all his family and friends. MND can get in the sea.